Hallo Bayreuther Basketballfans und herzlich willkommen zu Folge 8 von BBC Bayreuth Courtside, produziert vom Media Hub Bayreuth, präsentiert von der VFM-Gruppe. Mein heutiger Gast, der ist schon vor 2 Monaten im Dezember zu uns gestoßen, hat viel Physik und Athletik zum Team gebracht und deswegen wurde es höchste Zeit, dass er heute zu mir in den Podcast kommt. Herzlich willkommen, welcome, Willem Brandwijk.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
I guess most of the people call you Will?
Yeah, Will's usually it kind of came from the States because I had to say Willem, and a lot of people would butcher it and say Willem. And then I was like, you know what, Will's easier. So now
So it's fine if we stick to Will?
Will is perfectly fine.
All right, Will. Concerning last weekend, which game sticks more in your head? The game against Nuremberg or the tough loss at Kreuzheim?
I definitely think the back-to-back wins with Kirchheim and Nuremberg. That's stick with the positive.
I mean, it was overall tough situations in the week before. What kind of a relief was the win on Friday for you?
I think it was a great weekend before that, and of course, unfortunate on Sunday what happened. But I think we can't forget the great progress we made in the 2 games before that, and it was a good way to respond about the loss that we had in Leverkusen, of course. And I think it's kind of a process at this point, and it's going to come with ups and downs. And we had 2 bad downs, but we also had some great ups. So
it was kind of a wild start for you in Bayreuth. You were still signed by our old coach Florian Wedell. After 2 games, he got fired, and then the assistant coaches took over. Must have been kind of a weird situation for you.
Yeah, it was very strange because most of my communication has also been with Coach Florian, and I think it was within 10 days that the coaching change had been made. And that was a first. It was a turbulent kind of weeks, but it's part of the job, and that can happen. And it was from that point you kind of try to get situated as fast as you can and just move on. And there's a job to do. Yeah.
You started your season in the 2nd division in France. What were your expectations when you came to Bayreuth?
Well, the fit wasn't right for me in France, and I think that was my expectation, to find a good fit. And I watched a lot of video on Bayreuth basketball, and I pretty much watched every game before that until when I arrived. And it looked like it was going to be a good fit. I liked the way the team was looking. Guys liked to share the ball, and everyone was getting touches, and that's the kind of basketball that I like to play. I like to move the ball and move it fast, and knowing that when you pass the ball, you're going to get it back, and vice versa for the other guys. And I saw that here, and it's something that I really liked. And then, of course, in combination with talking with the coaching staff, I had nothing but good expectations and vibes from here. So that was, I came here with a good feeling.
Still, the first couple of weeks were really tough for the team. You played for many teams before, and maybe you were in similar situations, but you told me after the game in Leverkusen during a practice that it's amazing that the team really stick together even in those tough times. So there was no group building or team falling apart or anything like that.
Yeah, it's like you said, I've been in this situation before, multiple times actually, where a coach got let go. And it's tough, and also I had it happen in different parts of the season, very early on, but also like later during the season. And most of the time you see a team kind of fall apart. Not fully, but you see 3 or 4 guys kind of just, they can't get their mind out of the previous situation, and they want to move on, and they're more worried about the coming year than the year now. And like I told you then, I don't get that feeling from this group at all. And I think that's great because it really gives you an opportunity to build, rather than maintain or you know what I mean? You can really keep growing as a team. And I think, that's the spot we are in now. And, with growth comes, it doesn't just go straight up. Sometimes, it dips, and then it grows over time. And I think that's the stage that we're at now.
But still, what has to happen that the BBC Bayreuth roller coaster ride gets a little bit less shaky this season?
It's hard for me to speak. I think from this point on, We had some good responses after the coaches changed, but what's happened now I think is normal. You know, it's of course it can't be 30-point losses like it has been. Like nobody's happy with that. You know, the players aren't happy with that, the coaches aren't happy with that, and of course the fans aren't happy with that either. But it's losses are also part of growth in the process, and just how teams are. You know, in preseason, sometimes you have teams go 6-0 during preseason, and everyone has great expectations, and the early success is not a guarantee for the future. And just like with us, the earlier troubles is not a guarantee for the rest of the season. And that's our job now, to turn it around. And I think with the past 2 home games, I think we did a great job of showing that growth is here and growth can be made. And I think we can continue to make a lot of growth.
That sounds very optimistic.
Thank you.
So follow the current situation. Let's do a little time travel. Let's get back to where you're from. Where were you born? How does your family look like?
I was born in 1995 in a city called Voorburg. It's right outside of The Hague in the Netherlands. I have an older brother and an older sister. 2 lovely parents, mom and dad. And I went to school in the Netherlands until I was about 16 years old.
We come to that story, yeah?
Yeah, that was all locally pretty much. And I was introduced to basketball around the age of 6.
By whom?
Pretty much my brother. He was in the stage where my parents told him, like, hey, you can figure it out what kind of sport you'll play and we'll support you. And he played soccer for a little bit. And so did my sister. And then my brother at one point was like, well, a friend of mine plays basketball. I think I want to give that a try. And I went with my dad to go pick up my brother from practice. And I was watching. I was like, man, this is awesome. You know, I want to do this too. And I was 6 at the time. And I think I think I was 5 years old at the time. And 6 was the age where you were allowed to enroll into the basketball program. That was like the youngest age. And I think they let me on because I was a little bit taller. I think I was allowed to practice. And then at 6, I was allowed to like join the team actually. So, and haven't stopped since.
Haven't your parents visited you recently in Bayreuth?
Yes, yeah, they were here for about a little over a week, 8 days. Yeah, so they were here for the 2 home games, which was great.
Awesome. You then played for the Dutch youth national teams, and before you turned 16, you decided to attend high school in the US. That seems like a tough decision for a man that age. Was it like your wish, or how did it come together?
Yeah, it's on looking back, it was like, wow, that was quite the decision to make. But at that time, I was so young and excited, and all I could see was the American basketball dream.
Was it your idea, or?
Well, yes and no. It was always a dream, but I was introduced via a coach in the Netherlands. His name is Ben Ponchoen. And he kind of came with me to me with the idea of like, hey, I know a couple high schools in the States that I have contact with, and that might be a great doorway for you to go through college later on in the States. And I mean, that's all he had to say. You know, I was hooked on the idea. I thought it was awesome, and I thought it was going to be a great experience. And we sent, like, at that time. Now everything is a lot easier to see, but at that time, like, he made a little video recording and we started sending it out to schools via email and stuff. And got in contact with this school in New Hampshire. It's called Holderness.
Yeah,
and
Plymouth, right?
Yeah, in Plymouth, New Hampshire. Yeah. And that's where I went to school for 3 years. I enrolled, I think it was my sophomore year, and then junior and senior year I was there. And
how was the start there? Like coming over as a 16-year-old?
Yeah, it was strange because it's not a regular high school like you see in the movies. It was a boarding prep school or preparatory school, and it's more so for they have very high education. High-level education, and so it was a very smart school. I think the student ratio was, I think it was 1 to 7 or something like that. So we had very small classes, and your teachers were really on top of you for making sure to help you with your academics and stuff.
But not just Europeans, that you were like
the
only one?
Yeah, it was, well, we had kids from, there was a couple of kids from from Africa, from Asia, and European kids as well. but it was mostly American students. Yeah. And it was a very interesting scenario because I just came from a regular public school in the Netherlands, and I wasn't too serious about school, let's say. It was more for me about basketball, and that's kind of the idea where I came there with. I was like, okay, I'm here to play basketball, and they were like, no, like you're gonna have to focus on school and stuff. And it was hard, but it was a wonderful experience, and it really helped me academically to prepare myself in order to go to college and stuff. And it's been nothing but wonderful looking back. Yeah.
You then moved on from New Hampshire to Albany, the state of New York, to play for the Siena Saints.
That's right.
Did they scout you, recruit you? Did they see you play?
Yeah, I went through the AAU tournaments in the States, and I had a good amount of schools to pick from at the time, and it was an honor and it was awesome, but also very kind of nerve-wracking, hoping you make the right decision, and you kind of have to believe what they say. And looking back, unfortunately, I don't think I made the right decision. Siena wasn't the best fit for me. And but regardless, it was a great experience. Met a lot of great people and great teachers, and I had some good basketball experiences there as well. But for me, in the longer term, it wasn't really the right fit, and I ended up transferring to a Division II school in Indiana, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So not to confuse with the state of Indiana, it's IUP, it's the Indiana University of Pennsylvania, near Pittsburgh.
Yeah, in a town called Indiana.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, the reason for that was just to get more playing time, to better develop, right? Yeah,
pretty much. I wasn't really getting along with the coach at Siena at the time, and he made kind of a lot of empty promises and false promises to me about like, oh, you're going to play one day, and I never really played. No, I kept the hope that because I knew I was good enough, but it wasn't working out. And that's when I decided, like, you know what, it's been enough, and it's time for me to start enjoying basketball again. And that's when I left, and I picked up the joy again of playing basketball.
Maybe it was your fate, because I think you met someone special in your time there, right?
That's right. Yeah, I met my girlfriend, now fiance, in my last year there. How convenient, huh? Yeah, and it's been nothing but great. Actually, the making the transfer process to the Division II school just made a lot of good friends that I still have now, and meeting my fiance. Yeah.
And she's taking care of your cute little dog at the moment?
That is right. Yeah.
What's his name?
Finley.
Finley.
Yeah, we call him Finn.
Yeah.
He's a little dachshund, and he's a little ball of joy. He's a happy guy.
We had him for one day in our office. I can still remember.
And he wasn't too much of a happy guy at that time, but
it's not his fault.
Now he's completely settled in, and nothing but happiness from him.
How would you sum up your time in the US? I think it was like 8 years in the end?
8 years total.
Crazy. Yeah. How would you sum it up? Like
a lot of adversity with the school changes and stuff, but just a wonderful journey. Looking back, there's been years where I was like, you know what, I'm ready to go home. But looking back, it's like nothing but awesome. Great experiences. I met a bunch of great people, and had a wonderful education, and was able to get my diploma. And also academically, there was in the Netherlands, I don't know how the school system here works, but I wasn't destined to get the diploma that I ended up getting if it wasn't for basketball, and I've nothing, I can only be grateful for that, So
you graduated in marketing?
Yes, yeah. Got my degree in marketing.
But at a certain point, you got a little bit homesick, and you decided to go back to the Netherlands, and you started your professional career in Rotterdam,
yes,
I guess.
Yeah.
And then you moved on to Dona Groningen. Yeah. And I think that's where you had like your breakthrough in the Dutch league, right?
Yeah, pretty much my last season, yeah.
So did it just feel good to be back home at that point, or?
It honestly, when I played in Rotterdam, that was about 25 minutes away from where I grew up. And that was wonderful, after 8 years away, then having the time at home and being close to like my now nieces and nephews, and it was wonderful, to just be, let's go home and have dinner, just to sit down with the family, be home for Christmas, stuff like that. Is stuff I've hadn't done in a long time, and it was wonderful.
But still being separated from your girlfriend at that time.
Yeah, at that time, and then COVID happened and all that. So it's been, but she's been doing she has a new job now, which is remote. She works from home. So now she can visit me whenever and wherever. And that's super nice because it didn't always used to be like that.
After 3 years with Dona, you also played internationally. You played here in Bayreuth with Dona in the FIBA Europe Cup. But then you decided to move on to play in Belgium for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Was it just a business decision? Or?
Pretty much, but also the Donar Groningen ended. They went bankrupt after my last season. I technically still had a contract for the following season. But after my last season, I had some interest from the Belgium League because the Dutch and the Belgium League could just...
they share a professional league.
Yeah, but there's a bigger budget in Belgium and a lot more professionalism throughout the league from top to bottom. And to me, at that point, I also had the opportunity to go elsewhere in Europe, but I figured, it's a league that I'm familiar with. Still the Belgium League, still close to home, had a good connection with the coach, and it just seemed like the right decision to make, to not to go too far right away and still be just over the border.
Yeah. You stayed for 2 more years in Belgium, played last year in Charleroi, a team with also a very long history in basketball. I think they were the powerhouse in Belgium in the 90s, for example.
Yeah, that's right.
But still, after 2 years, also playing internationally again, you decided to go to the second league in France. What kind of move was that? Why did you make this move?
Well, I had been in the B-Next League and then the Dutch League for almost my whole career at that time. And even though it was a great experience, I was ready for some new triggers. And also, what I love about being a professional basketball player is that it's wonderful where basketball can take you. And I was like, you know what, I'm getting a little bit older. My career is not going to go on forever. Why not make the most out of it and really explore the rest the world has to offer for me with basketball? And then I started talking with my agent. He said, there's this opportunity in France. Is that something like you would like and are interested in? And I said, sure, why not? Like that seems pretty awesome. And that was the decision at the time.
Yeah, and not to be confused, the second league in France is a very, very good second division in Europe. So maybe after the Spanish one, the best in Europe, very athletic.
Yeah,
right? So
I think after I was told at the time that it was the best second division in the continent. Yeah.
But still, the situation there was not what you expected in the end. I think they signed another player on your position, and that's why you looked for a new team in Europe. Or?
Yeah, it was kind of I wouldn't completely say mutual agreement, but I had my doubts about my fit in the team for a longer amount of time, and I was speaking with my agent about some stuff, and he was like, well, we can look for other places if you want to. And then at that point I decided, you know what, I signed here with a reason. I want to keep going. And I kept going. And then about 8 days later, I got to hear the call that, hey, we're deciding to go a different route. And, it's happened. It's part of the job. And just because it doesn't work out in one scenario doesn't mean you're a bad basketball player or whatsoever. Sure. So, I knew some other door was going to open and it was going to be a great time.
Now we're sitting here.
And it was true.
Yeah. Having played for so many teams in so many different leagues, how would you compare the different leagues, maybe compared to the Pro A in Germany?
I would say, it's a tough question. I got the question, honestly, a lot of times because I don't have too much to compare to. Mm-hmm. I played against a lot of BBL teams before as well. And I would say it's a lot more physical. But guys aren't necessarily as gifted physically, let's say. It's not the tallest and the guys with the longest arms, but it's a smart league and pretty physical. That was my impression, and the same with the Pro A. Honestly, it's that teams like to play more tactical style of basketball, and in comparison to France, for example, it was more like run and gun kind of play style, and coaches would try to implement some certain style of play, but there was games where you just wouldn't see it at all, and there's games where there would be a little more of a tactical side to it.
I guess the physicality here fits you very well.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, it's just the referee. Sometimes I have to. It was no. But it was funny to me that I was used to playing like against German teams. Like you can be really physical, and then my first game I had
almost Gießen.
Yeah, I had 4 fouls. I think in a matter of seconds.
The team had like 30 fouls in the first half.
Yeah, and that was definitely an adjustment for me, But it's normal. Every league has a different style and different. How do you say, like a different kind of line where they draw the fouls, let's say.
I'm not sure if this league already has found its line.
Yeah, well, it's normal. It's same in the Dutch and the Belgian league, But that's for us players also to kind of figure out, because it can be a real advantage and also a real disadvantage if you don't figure it out.
Sure. Do you know what Bayreuth is world famous for?
Richard Wagner.
Exactly, it's Richard Wagner, and he wrote the opera called The Flying Dutchman. It fits pretty well for you, doesn't it?
I actually didn't know that. I didn't know about the opera.
You heard about The Flying Dutchman, the opera?
No, not about the opera. I know the famous pirate story, I guess, The Flying Dutchman and stuff. But
it's an opera by Richard Wagner, and they perform it here at the Festspielhaus every summer. I mean, the nickname will forever belong to Rick Smits, of course, the Dutch basketball legend, but maybe it could be a local nickname here.
I've heard it a couple times before, not only here, but also in the past.
But for Bayreuth, it fits very well.
Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome knowing the story now.
And I guess you know that Dutchman in German means Holländer. Yeah. So as our commentator, I just wait for the moment that you and Liam are on the court together, so I finally can say, der Holländer passt zu Holländer.
Yeah. It's funny. The first time I saw his last name on the jersey, because when he introduces himself, you don't introduce yourself by last name. I was like, hey, you got a good last name there. It was very funny.
Yeah. So this would fit very well. Maybe this situation will happen one day.
Yeah.
End of February, you will visit the hometown of our coach Lukas Hofer.
Okay.
Because he is from Vienna.
Okay.
And I think you have the honor to play for the Dutch national team.
Yeah, it's not sure yet. Okay. I'm in the selection group, let's say, with 20 or 25 guys, and then at the end of the day, they pick 12 that will actually, or 14 that will actually be going to Amsterdam to practice, and then 12 who actually end up going to Vienna.
I see. So we hope for the best, but you are invited at least for the
so far I'm on the list. So
I think you will play, or they will play Austria twice in Vienna, and then in Den Haag 2 days later.
Yeah.
So
that would be awesome in the hometown. That would be pretty cool.
I guess, and it's always an honor to wear the jersey of your national
100%,
team.
Yeah.
I mean, you came too late. You didn't wear the orange jerseys, right?
I did not. But every time I see them on video, I'm like, oh, those are pretty cool.
That would have been cool to see you in your first game in an orange BBC Bayreuth jersey.
That would have been pretty awesome.
A great match. When I prepared for this podcast, I did watch a Dutch podcast or interview with you in your time in Groningen.
Okay, yeah.
And like 30% I could understand.
Okay.
And I did the auto subtitles, so I understood about 80%. And in the end, you said, when you are 30, you want to look for something serious to do in your life.
Yeah.
How old are you right now?
Might be 30. Yeah.
So what could the serious thing be, and where could you end up after your career?
Honestly, I'm still trying to figure it out a little bit, but I see myself settling down in the States. Mm-hmm. I go there every summer, and I feel very much at home there. Also because of my now fiance, of course. And but yeah, I have a lot of friends there, and I could see myself definitely settling down there. But what exactly, maybe into coaching or using my marketing degree, or I have an interest in real estate as well. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, maybe a combination of all.
But as long as you stay healthy, you still think you continue to play, or is it like, do you have a deadline?
It depends. I kind of take it year by year, honestly. Mm-hmm. It also depends on my personal situation. Sure. It's I hope to be a family man at one point, and that's pretty difficult with this lifestyle. It's manageable, but I'm not the only one in the family, let's say. So we'll see. It take it year by year, and as of now, I'm super happy, and it's so far I can't complain. It's been a great fit so far, I think.
And maybe you need more time to work on your Pontiac Trans Am. Is it the one from Knight Rider? Or a different version?
No, it's different. It's an older model kind of, but it's that's my baby. Yeah.
And you're restoring it, or?
Somewhat. I've already restored it. Let's say to about 80%, and only thing that needs done still, some would say, is the paint on the outside. Mm-hmm. But they call it in the car industry a patina. It's kind of the fading over the years of the paint, and it brings a story. So I don't know if I'll paint it ever, honestly. It looks pretty cool as it is. Yeah.
If you could make a wish for yourself and the organization until the end of the season, what would it be?
Just looking back and thinking, this has been a hell of a roller coaster, but it was worth it, And one thing I've noticed from the day that I got here is Bayreuth deserves great basketball here. And people love Bayreuth all throughout. Doesn't matter where I go, they see the coat, the winter jacket, let's say, and it's always a conversation starter. It's like, oh, you play for Bayreuth basketball, and everybody loves it, And after a good game, and I'm walking the dog in the park, people will approach me and they'll have a chat, and it made their weekend, us winning a game. And Bayreuth deserves nothing but the best, and same goes with the basketball.
Okay, let's hope for the best. Let's hope this wish comes true for this season. Thanks for stopping by, Willem. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
All the best for the remainder of the season. Stay healthy.
Thank you.
Das war unser Podcast mit Willem Brandwijk. Am Wochenende spielt der BBC Bayreuth am Samstag in Tübingen. Also schwieriges Auswärtsspiel gegen ein Team, was auch unten mit im Tabellenkeller steht. Am 21. Februar dann um 19 Uhr das nächste Heimspiel gegen die Rheinstars aus Köln. Kommt wieder in die Oberfrankenhalle, unterstützt den BBC Bayreuth, damit auch weiterhin der Profibasketball in der Pro A bestehen bleibt. Ich sage Danke fürs Zuschauen. Danke nochmal an den Media Hub Bayreuth für die Produktion des Podcasts und an die VFM-Gruppe für die Präsentation. Und bis zum nächsten Mal bei BBC Bayreuth Courtside.